Hi there, Serial Trader here. I just want to do a quick update on SPX. No need to go through, the full menu that I typically do, since not a whole lot has changed since the last video. We still have this initial impulse wave up from our February 24th low, which I still think currently is a great candidate for a major wave 4 low, and that we're potentially still in the beginning stages of our new uptrending move up. But I think I mentioned in the last video, okay, well, we've got this initial 5-wave move, so the next opportunity will be once we do a corrective pattern off of that to set up for the next impulse wave. Well, I think we're approaching that point here. So there's a couple ways to look at this. You could just count this as I have it currently labeled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for either initial 1 or A. Then we have a 3-way move down for A. You can argue a 3-way move up for B. And then potentially we already have the move down in C, or maybe a little bit more to go for the move down in C, depending on how you want to subdivide it, for potentially this larger 2 or B, and then looking for a 3 or C to new higher highs after that's all resolved. Now there's another way you could look at this. Okay, you could do this. Let me just delete this for clarity's sake and drag this over here a bit. And you can maybe make the case for this. Well, okay, no, this was our 1, 2. This was all of our 3. This is much larger 4. ABC down for 4. This was, our final move up for 5. And now we're doing this 2 or B correction, and maybe we're a bit earlier in the stages of that. Now, I don't really like that. I think I prefer the original labeling that I've done here, and let me explain why. So since it's been a volatile period in the market, there's been quite a bit of overnight activity and pattern development in the futures, which I think is worth looking at when that is the case. And let's go look at the futures. So in the futures, I think it's a much easier case to make that, okay, we have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up for either our initial 1 or A. And then we did this much more drawn out A, B, C up for B, and maybe working C down for, say, a flat or an expanded or running flat, depending how this finalizes here, if we don't already have the C wave low in place, for, again, either the larger 2 or B, and then next move of significance we're looking here is up in a 3 or C. Now on the futures, just measuring this way, making this our kind of orthodox top for 1 or A. I mean, we've barely done a 38.2% retracement, which would be a very mild pullback. I mean, we could still stab down here maybe early this coming week to say the 50% retracement, or even go lower into the 618. And to me, I mean, I'll have to be very convinced by this actual February 24th low getting taken out to change my kind of bullish posture here. And I just don't see it right now. Looks like we have a 5-wave move up, and we've just had some kind of healthy sideways consolidation setting up for the next 5-wave move up. That's really what I'm seeing here. And just heading back to heading back to SPX, same idea. And again, I want to stick with this labeling scheme given that the futures reference well with it. I mean, same idea. If we just make this our orthodox top here, we've just barely done a 38.2% retracement. And the low we put in there on Friday session, that could very well be the low. Or maybe we got just a little bit more down. And say we got this A, B, and we're looking for a 5-wave move down for C of an expanded flat. Well, maybe here on SPX you can make the case that we got the 1, 2, 3, 4, and maybe we just need that one more final stab down in 5. And let's see what degree that would be. Just drop that down 1. Maybe that's what we're looking for there. Although I'm not all that convinced. I think you could very well have the low already in place here as of Friday's low. But either way, I don't think there's a whole lot of downside here, given the current pattern formation. And I really do think the next move of substance will be up to higher highs. And that'll probably surprise a lot of people if it plays out that way, because everywhere I'm looking, everyone's calling for lower prices. We're in a bear market. We're in a downtrend. how could we possibly go up with what's going on in the world, all that. And to me, that kind of a negative sentiment almost begs this to do the exact opposite, to fly in the face of all that and go up and make higher highs. So that's how I'm currently looking at it. I'm currently positioned long, really no change since the last video. Again, we just spent this last week basically correcting in a fairly healthy looking sideways range. So expecting higher prices. Here's the bottom line. All right, Serial Trader signing off.